I'd like to take a moment to thank my channel members. Thank you. It's continued support like yours that keeps this channel growing. And if you haven't already, please consider joining today. Hello and welcome, I'm Bert the Stormtrooper, and today we're going to be taking a look at the Transformers Studio Series number 100, Bumblebee, and I love this toy. This is Bumblebee as we saw him in the Rise of the Beasts movie, the most current movie as at the time of this recording. This figure is released in the summer of 2023 and is currently in stores. Again, as of the time of this recording, it is a deluxe class figure, and it retails for approximately $20 to $25, depending on where you get it. And it's a really good Bumblebee figure. At this point, you'd think that I'd be burnt out with all of the Bumblebee figures. This was actually kind of refreshing. This was a very fun figure. I've been enjoying this figure quite a bit. I've had it on my desk for about a week, maybe two now. And yeah, I've just been playing with it consistently. Fantastic little figure here. Let's take a quick look at the box itself. You got that Studio Series number 100 Transformers with a really cool shot of Bumblebee right there on the side. More artwork of him on the other side, or rather on the side here. That's the front, that's the side. I know that. And a close-up of his face on this side here, deluxe class figure. Product shots along the back, showing us Bumblebee both in his robot and in his vehicle mode, showing us the display with the backdrop there, and a little QR code if you want to use it. Big screen inspired Bumblebee. That's about it for the packaging. You also get the display stand. So again, if you have the room for that kind of thing, you can use that for displaying the figure either in vehicle or in robot mode. It's there if you want to use it. And then what you get in the package is everything you see here. You get the figure itself, which I have here in the vehicle mode. You get the sheet of instructions, which is very easy to follow. Very simple transformation with this guy. Very fun though. And two weapons. So you get a blade right here, which can be stored underneath the vehicle. There's a tab right there. We can store that under the vehicle right there. That works really well. And then you got a rifle, which works kind of meh. There's two tabs right there. There's a couple of slots on the back bumper, and you can just tab that in there. It's not super tight on mine either, but there you go. You can have that rifle or that cannon kind of thing just sitting back there if you wish. I'm not a big fan of it, but it's there. It works if you want to use it that way. Vehicle mode is approximately 5 inches long. It's about 1.5 inches tall. Rolls really well. And probably the one time I'm not going to say anything about unpainted wheels, because I believe, if I remember correctly, that's the way we saw him in that the third act of the movie. Once he got kind of beefed up, he had this bit of his off-road mode, if you will, with the brush bars and the light bar up here on the top and whatnot, with a bit of a race suspension. If I remember correctly, I think his wheels were black in that scene. So yeah, no, he's looking good. It's really cool to see an old classic Camaro kind of with on a race suspension with a brush guard and just these light bars and whatnot. It's kind of neat to see that. It's a cool take on the vehicle, and I have actually enjoyed this a lot more than I thought I would. So you got there the Bumblebee, the yellow Camaro with the 2 black stripes. Again, you got the brush guards here. You got the bars here protecting the windshield there with a light bar there on the top. You got these louvers here on the back. I like those. Very 80s. Remember when every other sports car in the 80s had these? So yeah, that's very apt. Black bumper on the back there. Some red tail lights. I like the black details on the fenders here as well. And silver for the headlights and the grille right there. Nicely detailed. Clear windows. Rolls really well. Looks good. I like this. I like this a lot. I really have enjoyed this a lot more than I thought I would. A couple of quick comparisons. So we got a couple of the Bumblebees starting from the Bumblebee movie. We're just going to look at the more, let's call it the more modern interpretations of live action Bumblebee. So here he is with B127 as we saw him in Cybertron in that first act of the Bumblebee movie. So you can see what the two of them look like together. Looking pretty good. And then of course, as soon as he gets to Earth, he takes on the Jeep mode, so we can see what the two of them look like together. Finally, he takes on that Volkswagen mode, so we can see what the two of them look like together. I don't have a regular, well, I don't have handy a regular Camaro Studio Series version. I have it somewhere, but I don't have it handy. So there you go. There's basically my 4 Studio Series movie Bumblebees from the more modern, the last 2 recent movies. And of course, here he is with Optimus Prime. This is also the Studio Series Optimus Prime from the Rise of the Beast movie, so you can see what the two of them look like together. So here we are once again, just looking at the part of the video that I would normally edit out. This is the part where I transform all of the figures here. Now that we've shown off the vehicle mode, I gotta get all the figures transformed so that we can do comparisons with robot mode. So normally I would cut this out, but right now we're gonna take the opportunity to talk about a couple of shows that I'm gonna be attending here in the near future. So if you're in the area, I'd love it if you came up and say hi. So first show I'm gonna talk about is TFCon, and this is a big one. This is happening in Orlando. TFCon 2023 is happening October 20th through the 22nd at the DoubleTree Hilton Hotel Orlando at SeaWorld. Myself, this is we're not going there as special guests or anything like that. We're just going there as regular con goers, but it's kind of become the kind of the thing that we do. Myself and a bunch of my YouTube friends here. If you've been on my channel for any kind of time at all, you know these guys. You've seen these guys on my channel. You've seen me on theirs. Patriot Prime, Kato's Collection, Rodimus Primal, Deluxe Baldwin, Fire Talks, Engineer Hoist, maybe Treebot. He needs to get back to me and let me know. We're all going. We're all going. Except maybe Treebot. You better go. But we're all going. We're meeting up there. In fact, Patriot Prime is going to come about a week ahead of time. He's going to be spending a week with me at my house. So it's just a week of hanging out and going out and doing cool stuff and playing video games, that kind of stuff, before we head on out to TFCon. So, TFCon Orlando, October 20th through the 22nd. Come out and join us at the show. And if you see us, come up and say hi. The other show that I want to talk about, this one I'm going to in an official capacity. This is Free Play Florida. This is happening November 17th through the 19th at the RP Funding Center in Lakeland, Florida. This is a show that I have been very heavily involved with for a very long time. It's an amazing show. Basically, what this is wherever we are in that particular year, whether it be the RP Funding Center or a hotel or wherever we set up, we're basically setting up Florida's largest arcade for one weekend. It is so cool. The entire thing is put together by people like myself who are private owners of arcade machines, pinball machines, and whatnot. And we bring them all to one place in Central Florida and just basically create the biggest arcade of the state for 1 year. It's so cool. All of the games are set to free play. So you just walk up. If there's nobody playing the game, walk up, hitting the button, start playing. There's going to be pinball tournaments. There's going to be game tournaments. There's world record setting stuff that's happening. There's concerts, there's panels, there's shows, a lot of good entertainment. It's such a fun event. Free Play Florida happening November 17th through the 19th at RP Funding Center in Lakeland, Florida. I'm going to be a guest for the first time ever. I'm an actual official guest at a show. It's very exciting. If you see me, come up and say hi. Now I'm going to finish transforming the rest of these and we're going to get back to that review. Transformation for Bumblebee is actually really fun. So if you haven't already, go ahead and take off the weapons. We'll set those off to the side. And I like to start down here at the bottom with the arms. Go ahead and just pull these out. There's some tabs there that are going into the slots right here at his midsection. So just go ahead and pull those out. Take the front fender pieces here, the wheel wells, and we're going to unclip those and fold them back like that. And then we're going to take the doors right here. We're going to unpeg those and open those up. There's a tab inside the door that pegs into the side of the thigh right there. So we'll go ahead and open both doors. And we can go ahead and bring the arms out. So bring the arms all the way out until they soft click in place. Rotate them and bring them down. Same thing with this arm. Bring it out, rotate it, and bring it down. And then we can go ahead and unclip the roof from the back of the car right there. And let's work on the legs, shall we? Legs are super simple. 3 steps and that's it. We're going to separate the legs. So we are going to take the foot right here. The foot is on the inside. Go ahead and rotate this out. And then we're going to rotate the back bumper down. Straighten out the leg. And then the little back window right here. This piece with the back window is just going to flip in to fill in the leg. Simple. So again, we'll take the foot, flip it out. Rotate the bumper to create the heel, take the back window, flip it in, and that's going to fill in his legs. The legs are done. Super simple. I like the simplicity of the leg. One minor nitpick with it. We'll get to that in robot mode, but yeah, I like how simple those legs are to transform. This is probably the hardest step for me, at least with my copy. I find this to be pretty tight. So we're going to pull up on the window, the roof, and the hood right here. And the roof is wrapped around the front of the bumper right here. And this is the part that I find the hardest. It's gotten a little looser as I've played with it. But when I first got this figure, popping that out like I did just now was nearly impossible. And just pop the whole hood up. And it's on a double hinge, so you can just hinge it back like so. And now we can go ahead and take the whole front of the car and flip it forward. This is going to rotate the doors, not the hood, but the front quarter panels and the arms. This is going to all rotate forward, and it's going to soft click in place right there. Take the headlights right here. You'll notice that on mine, this one turned as I pulled the hood up. That's fine. These are on little spinners, so you can just turn those ever so slightly and worse to just give him that little bit of an angle detail like he had in the movie. Finally, we're going to take the roof of the car. We're going to fold that into the windshield. We're going to take the windshield, fold that into the hood. And there's a groove right behind his chest right there that fits perfectly that light bar on his roof right there. We'll get him nice and straightened out. And there we have Studio Series, Rise of the Beasts, Bumblebee, in his robot mode, looking really, really nice, and standing at approximately 4.5 inches. And it's somewhere between 4.5 and 5 inches. So yeah, looking really good. Good deluxe size. He looks absolutely fantastic. No real hollow spots to talk of. I mean, the whole thing with the back windows really did cover up the legs real good. He does a good job. He looks fantastic. The only minor nitpick that I have is the fact that the wheels are just sticking out right there on the outside of his shins. I feel like the previous Studio Series Bumblebee figures, fiddly as they have been, especially in the leg section, have been very good about flipping the quarter panel, rotating that wheel, and putting the wheel inside of his leg. This one got a little lazy with that, but the other side of that coin, the flip side to that, is that the legs are not fiddly on this one for once. I've got the other 3 Studio Series figures here that we're going to look at here in a moment, and all 3 of them, legs are fiddly. This one's not fiddly, so a little bit of give and take there, I guess. Taking a look at him closer so you can see what the head sculpt looks like. All of the details on him. He looks really, really good. I really dig it. I think this is a fantastic looking Bumblebee figure. Articulation-wise, the head is on a ball joint. You got some up and down, and some side to side, a little bit of inquisitive tilting, not a whole lot because of the mold there under his chin. Arms are on a ball joint, in and out, forward and backwards, all the way around. A little bit of rotation, as much as the ball joint allows. Rotation at the elbow, bend at the elbow, nothing at the wrists. Rotation at the waist, legs are on ball joints. The hips can go forward that far and back, in and out that far, and you can just kind of rotate them, as much as you wish. And of course, you also get a bit of a rotation there at the thigh because of that ball joint. 90-degree knee bend, ball jointed, is it? No, it's 2 swivels. So you got 2 swivels on the foot. So you got the ankle rockers all day, and then you also have a rotation there. You can actually turn the ankles on him as well. Weapons-wise, so he's got his 2 weapons, and they're pretty cool. The rifle is the standard rifle that we've been getting with pretty much every other Bumblebee, Studio Series Bumblebee figure. Pegs right into the arm, and it makes it look like the arm transformed into the gun, which, again, I like, because in the past, with the first 3 live-action movies, typically we would get Bumblebee figures that had one arm was a cannon, perma-cannon, and we never really got the option of having Bumblebee with 2 arms. I like this. This is an elegant solution because it allows us to have Bumblebee with 2 arms if we want him that way, or we can give him the cannon. It fits like a gun, but it also makes it look like it transformed, which is really neat. And then, of course, we can take his sword as well. It's got the 2 tabs, and again, we have seen this with previous figures. Slots on each arm. You can just tab that into whichever arm you'd like. And there you go. There's Bumblebee all armed up, ready for a fight. No battle mask on this one, but that's okay. That's all right. I think the best one was the mainline Revenge of the Fallen Bumblebee. I think handled the battle mask the best because the head the little helmet piece here actually slid down and made a battle mask. I think that figure was absolutely fantastic, and it handled the battle mask really, really well. Couple of quick comparisons. Here he is with, let's do this chronologically. Here he is with B-127, the way he looked on Cybertron at the beginning of the Bumblebee movie. And then once he came to Earth, he took on the form of a Willys Jeep. So there he is. So you can see what the two of them look like together. Finally, he turned into a Volkswagen Bug. And there he is. So you can see what the two of them look like together. Really, really neat. And then, of course, final comparison. Here he is with Studio Series Voyager Class Optimus Prime. So you can see what the two of them look like together, and they look really, really nice. I love the way these guys look together. This is a really cool. These two figures are probably like my favorite two figures of the summer. Surprisingly, I have not been able to put either two of these figures down. I've just been having a lot of fun with these two, especially with a Bumblebee figure. Again, you'd think at this point I have Bumblebee fatigue. This figure has really invigorated my love for this mold and for the, not mold, I guess this design. I don't know. I love this figure. It's a really good figure. I really like it a lot. So yeah, get it. If you're into Transformers, if you're into the live action movies, if you like the new movies, the Bumblebee movie and the Rise of the Beast movies, if you like the design for live action Bumblebee, this is a must get. You got to get this figure. You got to add this to your collection. And I think that about does it for the Studio Series 100 Rise of the Beasts Bumblebee. What did you think of this figure? Let me know down in the comments. Give me some thumbs up. Subscribe, share with your friends if you like what you see. And I'll talk to you next time.